This year, the fleece offer in the winter collection is focused on 3 macro themes. We have the ecru silhouette, which is something very important in this collection as inspiration. We have the presence as ether gray as a protagonist, as a color, but with a revival on this basic, with a contemporary twist with the local presence. And we have a strong presence as well with the pret-a-porter in the activewear. We don't have to forget the color range, which is going to start from a vintage nuances and then go deeper in more pop ones, and plus the woolly touch that we have in this family. So let's start with the first one. The first one, it's a really interesting piece because you should already know this family. It's the Goop. The Goop, it's our very basic offer, made in 100% cotton. It's an ether gray offer, really commercial. It's our new basic and it's our entry season offer. Yet we have, as we said in the introduction right away, the logo presence in here. This could represent for you, for example, your new favorite jogger that you can wear every day. Thank you so much. Then we have another big family, the Zoot. The Zoot is our offer in a mixed cotton and organic cotton. It's really important because it's really dry cotton, it's really thick, it's really visual, the material, and this year we want to make it even more visual with very logo prints, especially in the front. So you can see here, for example, on the fleece, on the pattern, both in colors and with Les Maisons EMV, and here on the dress. This kind of vibe that we have here, it's really Californian. For example, I can imagine like roller skating, you know, with this kind of oversized fleeces. Really cool. Thank you so much. Then we have a family which is very similar to the one that we just showed you, but it's a different thing. So the Zoot, the Tous, sorry, that's why I get confused, is the same spirit of the Zoot, but it's 100% of cotton and it's worked in stripes. So the total look that we have here, for example, we want to inspire you with a very pajama look, very homeware, very relaxed. This is very perfect for the weekend, for example, as a total look. Thank you. Then, this family, this is really a staple in American vintage. Why? Because we're presenting the Ika. The Ika, it's our family in the jersey fleece offer in mixed cotton. It's very visual this year thanks to the strong colors that we have on these beautiful models. For example, here we have a very strong look on the bright pink, and here we have something more smooth, more laid back in the iceberg color. So this is really important that, for example, with the color, you can take a lot of inspiration in the collection. A good remember regarding the fabric. It's emerized outside, so very soft, and brushed inside to give a lot of comfort to this family. Thank you. Then we have a family which could be like the opposite of this one on the color part. Why? Because if on the Ika we have a very pop color, very bright, very almost urban, in this case we have a vintage, very strong, vintage fade out. So we have something more pastel-y, for example, or something a little bit like grayish here on the dress. This is still a really dry touch color. And for example, since you have in the composition the cotton and the modal, it's dry, but yet very smooth. With this fleece and the total combination, or with the dress, as we just said, we want to give you, for example, an idea of a very second-hand fleece that you can find in a market. And this could be represent really like your quick away, getaway piece you can throw in the suitcase and go to travel. Then, I love this family. Then we have the Opal. The Opal, it's a beautiful fabric. It's a mix of cotton. It's a dry fleece, but yet it's really nice to touch. It's a beautiful fabric, sorry. You have two offers, one in melange and one in the prints. So this year, it's really important that we have the introduction of the prints in the fleece offer. With this kind of thing, as well, it's even important to note that even if outside, both in the grisine and the print, you have this kind of nice color. Inside is still ecru and contrasted. Here we want to give something very child, very retro jogger, and it's really interesting to notice the logo on the pants and the visual overstitch on the white cut pants. Thank you. Then we have the pied. The pied, it's a kind of idea of a thicker oppo, so the touch, it's really dry and it's really compact. It's 100% of cotton, and here we have the inside, the inside, which is a kind of a ecruish color and brushed, so it's really interesting to give you comfort. With this kind of combination, so both with the cardigan, which is really interesting to stress that it's a new novelty in the jersey offer, we want to give a total look, very preppy, very pret-à-porter. This is something very interesting and very cool to wear a total look or just like on a simple tight dress. Thank you. Then, this is the thing that was really important to say in the introduction. Here we have the stressing, the really strong vibe of the ecru silhouette with the Witz. The Witz, it's a family in mixed cotton, and it's kind of the same idea of the pie, but in a strong visual ecru color, as we just said. It's very compact, yet thick and super soft as a fabric. For example, this kind of even total outwear, total look that we have here with the cardigan, with the pants, and with the kind of Japanese very oversized coat, it's very college, kind of a posh elite Série TV style. This is really beautiful. Thank you. Then we have an important family because in this case we're going to introduce other two families further away. Here we have the Lia and now we have the Noi. Here we want to introduce the jersey offer in a more woolly and flannel touch, as we said in the introduction. This family, it's composed as fabric as a mix in organic cotton, viscose, wool and cashmere. That's why we have a woolly touch, of course, because if you're gonna touch it, you have a really feeling of warm fabric. It's double fast, so yet it's very heavy and compact, and this is perfect for the winter that is gonna come. With this look that we have, we want to give something very 70s, like disco style, and very white cap with the pants. Then, on the other side, we have the Noi. Even if it's visually, since it's brushed, it's very woolly, it's very flannelly. In this case, we have a composition of 100% of cotton. So it's really important to stress the difference between this family and the previous one. It's really compact, even in this case. It's melange, it's textured, and very visual. This is going to be your very strong, basic offer in terms of gris-chiné, with the sweater, a little bit low arms and low shoulder, and with the high collar dress. Thank you. Thank you so much. Then we're still in the kind of a woolly, flannelly, really visual fabric, but it's going to be another family, of course. It's the Udo. The Udo, it's a new family, and its composition, it's a mix of cotton. The tissue, the fabric as well, it's really interesting because it's a very polar effect, so it's super soft. And in this case, you have two different stories. One is the, as we said in the introduction and in the Witz, is the crew silhouette, so super strong, and yet again, the introduction of the cardigan, which is very similar to the Zabi. Here, instead, we have something imprinted, so very childish, very retro, very 70s. Thank you so much. Then, we conclude our offer with something that is very... I like this fabric a lot, actually. And it's very visual. You're going to see in a while. The stitch is very specific. And here are my models to help me out. So we have the Ella. It's a mix of organic cotton. We have, as we just said, a visual waffle stitch in crinkle effect. So it's very, very visual in this case. But yet, the inside is, since it's a double fast fabric, it's yet very light and very smooth. In this offer, we have a total look with the low shoulder fleece turtleneck and the leggings, and then a more urban style with the oversized shirt, very reminiscent of the Pado, and a flare pants. In this case, we have a very idea of the 70s, of the America, at the bowling, for example, at the diner. Thank you so much. With the first look, we fully assume the acid colors in total look with this Ica set. We warm the silhouette with more comforting pieces, but always pop. With the second look, we work on a look of feminine features thanks to the Ella family and the trench beats, in a spirit ready to wear and speaking out loud the strengths of the warp and weft. With the last look, a full winter silhouette, fluffy and warmer with Leah and its touch of cashmere. We play the outfit with a 90s bomber.